Some of you have been mad at me or mad at other black YouTubers for pointing out the most obvious things that blacks have been talking about for hundreds of years. The light skinned black versus the darker skinned black. Here it is, Halle Berry is fine, while Gabrielle Union or any other sister who is dark skinned is considered ugly or not attractive or not or American beauty. Shamar Moore is considered fine, but Tyrese Gibson or Tyson Beckford are Alicia Keys is fine, but Brandy is ugly. Now, don't get me wrong, all these people that I've mentioned and many more are beautiful in their own right, in their own way. But when we allow ourselves not to be honest about what's going on in our community, we do a disservice. Some people, what I'm saying, hit too close to home because they themselves either have been considered light or looked upon themselves as being light. This is why I laugh when I hear our brothers and sisters say, I got Indian in me, or I got long hair, or I got good hair, or I'm too pretty for this or too pretty for that, or I'm not ghetto. Let's be honest, Halle Berry looked a lot better with the short hair, like most black women should wear their hair. Halle Berry had plastic surgery. Halle Berry has become a sex object for white men, or white men who claim to hate black women, but figure I'd mess with her because she got some white in her. But if Halle never opened her mouth and said who she was or who her mom was, she would be called a nigger. Shamar Moore has a white mama, but you would never know unless he said something. Alicia Keys, president of, I can go on and on. But some of y'all think I'm jealous. No, I'm not jealous. I'm pointing out a mindset that goes along with light skin and dark skin. Dark skinned people have played into stereotypes that, hey, they think I'm evil, they think I'm ugly, I gotta be that way. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Here it is, there are fine, beautiful dark-skinned black women in our community. But you always got somebody who's a little bit lighter or really light or a mixed ethnicity putting them down. Look how dark Beyonce was when she was a Destiny Child. And gradually over the years, she's got lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Now, then some people want to throw up Michael Jackson. Nope, he had vitiligo. He don't count. Now, if you want to talk about him chopping his nose up, that's different. That's a little bit different. But every time we turn around, we see somebody in our community dancing around the subject or talking about it in a way that's not balanced. We got black men and black women who are dark-skinned thinking themselves in the negative. And whether we believe it or not, that stuff is passed down. Look at the magazine covers with dark-skinned people. They've gotten to the point white publishers or photographers have lightened their skin or changed the shape of their nose or have gotten the ubiquitous or the black person that look like they can pass in these television commercials. But whether we like it or not, people who are usually light-skinned, people who are usually of mixed ethnicity who are black, they have a certain perspective, a certain mindset. They view the world very different until they get treated as every other black person on this planet. Then they want to run back to the community. They want to be down all of a sudden. Some of y'all need to quit being so sensitive about this subject and keep it real. We've all gone to school where we had the very light-skinned girl that all the boys sweated. We had the very light-skinned boy that all the girls sweated. Or as we used to say, high yellow. In some cases still do. See, I thank God my mother and father exposed me. And thank God I was born with common sense. I've never been down with that. I'm an Indian shit. I'm a this and that. This is why so many of our people have fucked up mindsets and relationships because they've been traumatized and we dance around and say, oh, don't talk about this in public. No, I think we need to. But we need to do it in a way that's honest and to the point. So those brothers and sisters are getting mad at me because I brought this subject up. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Ask yourself what you did. And then another thing, some of these people who are mad because when they was a kid, most of them either on the receiving end of that cruelty, or was the perpetrators of that cruelty or that fucked up mindset. How many blacks out here on YouTube or in general say we got white in us? Who says who? That's something your mommy or your dad, your grandparents say, or you think because you got the hair a little bit longer, your nose is not wide, your lips is a little bit smaller, that you automatically got white. Do you know? We are the mothers and fathers, or the descendants of the mothers and fathers who created civilization. There are black men and black women who are darker than me, who have produced light-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids. And there are people who are black who are lighter than me, who have produced dark-skinned, coarse-haired black people. This is why we're so hated, because within our bodies we have the ability to create life and just fuck up everything for everybody. This is why they want to redefine the term who's mixed, who's not. At one time, if you had one black parent, male or female, you was looked upon black, and you still are. But for business purposes and for financial purposes, what do? Oh, we don't say mixed or mulatto. We say biracial. Tiger Woods on that Caucasian shit, and notice he pulled more black of anything, but he put color, meaning Caucasian first, Blasian, black, then Asian, and Southern black in between. But as soon as he did what he did, they called him a nigger. He can't do shit right no more. So if y'all that sensitive about this issue that affects our people, then y'all need to shut up. Don't send me any more comments, because I'm not going to stop. I told y'all we need to be truthful. We need tough love. We need to quit dancing around subjects. Because when we dance around, we let other people come in and they set the tone. Like I said, I'm not hating on light-skinned people or mixed ethnicity brothers and sisters, but let's be honest. Let's be honest how we value and quick to call somebody fine and beautiful. I don't remember them back in the day ever describing Vivica Fox or Pam Grier as fine in the way they talk about Halle Berry and them now. Remember, Halle Berry did not take her clothes off when she performed movies of black men. She didn't do a sex scene. All of a sudden, Dorothy Dandridge, Swordfish, and every other movie, she's naked. Monster Ball, she got an Academy Award for letting the character was racist, do a graphic sex scene. You think that they will let a black man do that with Jennifer Aniston or Katherine Heigl or any of these so-called top-notch white actors? No. Even in make-believe, they won't let us defile them or have our way with them. Look at porn, how confused these motherfuckers are in porn. You got people of color say, I'm not black, I'm not Puerto Rican, or they do claim Puerto Rican, or I'm Peruvian. I'm like, have you looked in the mirror at yourself, your characteristics? Look how them Cuban girls was on there talking about black people. And I told y'all when I did my video, if y'all remember, I said, the girl with the round face, look at her face, look at her nose. She thinks she white. We get it from both sides, but let's not pretend that we don't have issues among ourselves. Let's not pretend that we don't talk about these things. Look at Sammy Sosa. If he never opened his mouth, if he never said his name, y'all would think he was another black man. But even since he opened his mouth, I'm Dominican. I'm like, okay, brother, you black? No, I'm Dominican. Dominican is your nationality, not your ethnicity. And black is not truly ethnicity. That's a category they put us in. Look what he did. He went and bleached his whole freaking face. Whole body and swept down. I did it because I have skin treatments because of my time in the sun. You've been retired from baseball for how long? Let's be real, brothers and sisters, about what issues do we have to face in our community. We've allowed outsiders to come in and redefine who's black and who's not. Well, let's be honest. Now, I know that brothers and sisters are going to disagree with me about, well, Harvey, if they mix ethnicity, it can't be black. Look who our genes. Now, one thing I had to give Halle Berry, she identified herself as a black woman. She ain't under no illusion in that part. If you never knew her mother was white, you would swept it down. That was straight up, sister. President Obama, if he never said he had a white mama, you would say another black man. Y'all remember how they was classifying President Obama as biracial, but they couldn't keep it up? He became a black man and a nigga right after it very quickly. Alicia Keys, nice looking sister. Got all the attributes that a black woman would have, but the other day in white press, thunder thighs, ugly. See, she got too much of the black attributes. I guarantee if her hips and butt was a little bit smaller, she'd be fine to him. She'd be just right. But you nitwits don't seem to get that. Now, I'm not saying every fine dark skin is always a fine dark skinned person. Or I'm not going to say it's always an ugly light skinned person. But let's talk about the mindsets. Let's talk about how we view each other. We see it amongst siblings. I'm lighter. I give you a perfect example. I don't mean to put my sister kids on blast. But my little niece, I love her to death. And she's 6 years old. She's adorable as hell. She's light skinned. One day she made a comment about her little brother being dark skinned. And I'm like, at that age, but then I thought about it. We're indoctrinated every day by music, by television, by images, by what other people say. As parents, as adults, we don't need to say everything and our children here because they're confused. Even in church, we play this game. Think about all the light-skinned or fair-skinned people, how you want to describe in the media that's called sexy or called hot, but they never describe a black person that way. Give you an example. As I said in my other video, I was watching Inside Edition, and they described Chris Brown, who is light-skinned, as a rapper, Drake, who's also light-skinned. But guess what? Drake is a little bit lighter than Chris. And guess what? Drake has a white Jewish parent. So they're going to naturally make him out to be the better. And some people are going to say, and the Rihanna incident didn't help Chris either, but still, you get the point. I'm telling y'all right now, we got to stop pretending that we all live the Kumbaya society. We don't. That's why when Spike Lee made the school days, and I forget the title of the girl groups or whatever. But if you go back, he was talking about the light skin, dark skin thing. In his movies, Jungle Fever, when I forget the sister's name. She's been acting and singing for years. She did that scene. Wesley Snipes said, "I'm too light, too dark," something to that effect. It might be on YouTube. But guess what? It got thrown back on a black man. It always get thrown back on a dark-skinned black man or a darker-skinned black man. The last decade or so, we've been hearing light-skinned people complain about how bad, or mixed ethnicity people complain how bad they have it. Really? I go back to my school. I thought the light-skinned and mixed ethnicity kids had it pretty damn good. Now, people say that could be an eye to behold. Maybe, but I know damn well if you took a poll, people would tell you they was the ones that got picked to be the prettiest. They got ones that got picked to be on the yearbook or homecoming. I'm telling you. Let's quit dancing around this, brothers and sisters, and be honest. If we're going to say keep it real as we like to say, then let's keep it real.